All right, Bismillah. Assalamu alaikum. This is Malik Bhai. We're going to continue on with the Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam story. We just finished the establishment of settlement in Mecca. We talked about how Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam ended up having, or Prophet Ismail alayhi salam ends up growing with the people of Jurham. He ends up marrying with them. Time moves on, life goes on, and Prophet Ibrahim, before he left them, he made dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that Allah make them establish prayer, okay, and have people love them and also give them fruits and. So basically, a lot of times, you know how we said that first you want like physical needs to be fulfilled, then you care about social needs, then people usually care about, let's talk about prayer now, okay, prayer and spirituality and things like that. But in this case, that's not the case. Prophet Ibrahim reversed that. He first said, make sure that Allah have them establish prayer, then put the love of people in their hearts for them, and then he said give, and then provide them with fruits and vegetables, things like that. So our needs of our body are important, but our need for our heart, spirituality, remembering Allah, those things are also important. So let's, in fact, according to Prophet Ibrahim, those are more important than other needs. Okay, so don't forget those. Don't just take care of your body and your stomach. Take care of your heart as well. So now, Prophet Ibrahim used to visit his family here and there. Now he's in Egypt area. He will come to Isana Bibi. Can you sit down? So Prophet Ibrahim used to come and visit his family in Mecca once in a while. Then he will go back. So once he came and knocked at his door. Okay, whose door? Prophet Ismail, his son's door. And a woman came out, and that was Ismail al-Islam's wife. So he asked, is your husband home? And she said no. So he's like, okay, well, how's your situation? Tell me about your situation. You guys are doing good? And she's like, no, it's not good. We have such a tough time, blah, 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 complains. So then Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam says, okay, when your husband comes home, tell her to change your doorstep. What did that mean?
Basically, get a new wife.
So when Prophet Ibrahim came home that day, she kind of sensed that somebody was over. And he's like, did somebody come? And she's like, yeah, some old man came. And he's like, okay, did he tell you something? He's like, yeah, just tell your husband to change your doorstep. So Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam says that that was my father, Ibrahim, and he's telling me to divorce you. So see you later, right? Basically, he divorces her. Then later on, Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam comes back again, and he knocks at the door. A lady opens the door, and Prophet Ibrahim is like, is your husband home? She's like, no. He's like, well, how's the situation? And she's like, Alhamdulillah, everything is good. He's like, okay, well, what do you guys eat? And she's like, we eat meat and water. And so he made dua to bless their food. And Prophet Muhammad said that they didn't have grains at that time. You know what are grains?
Yes.
Like rice. What else? Like cereal, wheat. They didn't have that. So they had meat, and that was the food that they ate at that time. And he's like, Prophet Ibrahim made dua for them that may Allah bless this food. So then he's like, okay, well, when your husband comes, tell him that to keep your doorstep. And then he leaves. Then Prophet Ismail comes later on, asks, and then she's like, yeah, some guy came and told me that to keep his doorstep. And then Prophet Ismail says, yep, that was my father Ibrahim. And he said to, keep living with you. The lesson from this we get is always be in the state of gratitude. Okay, I don't think situation changed too much from first wife to the second wife. It's probably the same, but the fact is that one of them was grateful to another, and that's how we should always be. So now Prophet Ibrahim is almost like 80 years old. Okay, and when he was, that is when he had this child, and now he's given the news of Ismail. Okay, so he's very. No. We're still talking about Prophet Ismail alayhi salam. When Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam had Ismail, he was very old. Okay, and now he's been given. I'm rewinding to a little bit before Prophet Ismail is born. So after such a long time, he's given Prophet Ismail, And now when Ismail is able to, take responsibilities, he was getting old. He's starting to get out with his father whenever he visited Mecca. And all of a sudden, Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam sees a dream. And in his dream, he is slaughtering his son. So what do you think?
Is Prophet Ishaq is Prophet Ismail's brother? Right?
Yes. He's not even born yet.
Okay.
And Ismail,
They met each other.
Prophet Ibrahim was 80 years old when he had Ismail.
Yes.
How long did he live?
Long time.
Okay.
We went there.
Not 950 years like Prophet Nuh,
200?
but I don't know. But he was basically, when he had Ismail, it was a miracle. Like he wasn't, like he's already an old man. Okay. And so was, well, I don't know about Hajar, right? Hajar,
Is like a young lady.
probably she was, but it was still a miracle to have Prophet Ismail in that old age. And when he has it, now he starts getting old. He's visiting him. So first, a big test, just drop him off in a valley and walk away. Now, slaughter him, right? Kill him. So he goes, so Ismail was able, so now he's like, so he asked him, Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam asks his son, what do you think, Ismail? He didn't say, I'm going to come kill you. Basically, you basically talk it out, right? So he's like, and Prophet Ismail, he was like, he didn't say, what are you talking about? That's just insane. Like what kind of God would tell his own, father to kill his son? A lot of times we start thinking that way, and when your mind, what you guys have to use is whatever I'm about to do. Don't worry about whether it makes sense or not. What you need to ask is this a commandment of Allah? There could be many people out there who might say, staying hungry for 30 days? What? Who does that? I'm not going to do it. Why? It's hard for them to do. But whether it makes sense to you or not, just do it. Okay? So he asked his son, and you know what his son says? Oh, father, yes?
Do what Allah says.
Exactly, my man. He said, do whatever you're commanded to do. And you will find me one of the patient ones. Guys, we're almost done. So when he was holding the knife on his neck, he's about to slaughter, Allah called it aslama. Falamma aslama. And when what does Islam mean?
Islam means peace.
No, it means submission.
But it
Submission.
also means peace.
Yeah, that's salam. But Islam means submission. It's okay. It comes from the same, root word, but it still means submission, meaning do whatever Allah tells you to do. So in this case, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala didn't say, and when Prophet Ibrahim was about to slaughter his son, he said, falamma aslama, and when he was submitting. That whole position of taking the knife and putting it on his son's neck was Islam. I mean, that is Islam, meaning do what Allah has commanded you to do. Let's rewind all the way to the creation of humanity. Just bow down to this human being, and look, Iblis became one of the deadliest enemies of mankind, right? Because he refused to submit. And in this case, he does it. So then what happened is the position was submission, and that, what's it called? Prophet Ismail was, changed. And then an animal was presented. Prophet Ibrahim slaughtered that animal, whether it be ram or goat or sheep, whatever. Hold on, okay? But Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam passed the test, okay? And till this day, we follow his footsteps, right? And
what about the whole replacing the sheep?
just, we talked about that, right? Another animal, whether sheep or goat or ram, it was right. Yes. And then then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, and we left salam for Prophet Ibrahim in later generation. That's why every salah we say Allahumma salli ala Muhammad kama sallaita ala Ibrahim, right? We sent salam on Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam. So that was a story about. Now, are we done with Prophet Ismail?
No,
Right.
we still need to do how they made
The
it.
birth of Ishaq and the building of the Kaaba.
You're right. So all that is left. Let's take some questions and we'll be done with that. Yes.
Isn't Hajar dead? Is her dead?
So
Yeah,
look, that's all we really know about Hajar. You know, the best thing about Hajar is that till this day, we follow her footsteps, okay, of Hajar alayhi salam, right? Like, we are basically, when we go for Hajj, we are following her footsteps. We're running around between Safa and Marwa. Millions of people every single year around the world come and do what she's doing. Now, that's mostly what we know about Hajar. After that, we know that Prophet Ismail was being raised in Mecca. Hajar must have been died by now. Okay, so but that's all we need. Remember, Allah Subhanahu wa Taala gives us information that we need to know and take some lessons from it. So these are the lessons that we're learning from the story of Prophet Ibrahim. We still got to build the Kaaba. We still have Ishaq, and then we have to talk about future prophets. By the way, every prophet who came after, Prophet Lot or Luth, what's happening to him? His because he's in another land giving dawah to another people. So we got to talk about him as well. So a lot of going on, and we got to go all the way to Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the last messenger. Yep, Prophet Muhammad is going to be serious on his own, but right now, at least till Isa alayhi salam, the prophet before Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So a lot to cover, a lot of lessons to learn. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe the channel, like the video, comment. I want to hear what you guys have to say, and share the love, right? Tell others about it. And once again, this is Malik Bhai. Assalamu alaikum. We'll see you next time.